Yo, how you doing? Man, I got up a little late today. I guess I probably just needed to sleep. I had my alarm go off at 9. I went to bed like probably about, I don't know, midnight or something or close to that. And slept for like another hour and a half. Had some weird dreams too, man. Holy crap. I had a weird dream where me and my ex and her daughter were going to this museum that basically dealt with like different types of death throughout the centuries and different countries and different societies and stuff like that. It was weird. Good grief. And at some point, I stopped halfway through the exhibit and started playing Doom with a good friend of mine. They just had a Doom. They just had a game console and one of the Doom games set up right there in the middle of the exhibit. Freaking weird, dude. Good grief. But I guess that death is symbolic for the fact that everything is, dead and gone. Dead and gone, as Justin Timberlake used to say in one of his songs. Almada. They're mafia. Oh crap. I love how stylized everything is in this. They just gotten better and better with their graphical style over the years. Not hard to figure that one out. Yep, there you go. There you go. Like I said, I can't remember which Doom it was, but it was still the series, part of the series. So there you go. One of the pioneers of gaming. One of the series that is a pioneer. Which reminds me, I need to go back and I need to finish the recent Doom that came out. Because I got to a certain enemy and he just kept handing my butt to me. Everybody hates him. Just the Revenants, I think it is. I don't know if they've like nerfed them or not in that game since I last played it, which had been a while. I think actually my ex-fiance got that for me. I think she was the one that had gotten it for me a few years ago back when it came out, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong. But anyways. But I need to go back and finish it because I finished the other one. The one that came out before that, the one that was just like self-titled. What was it, 2016? I think was what it was. So oh man. Howdy, how's it going? Jimmy trying to look stupid and saw the reviews and the gameplay footage. Well, I mean, I was digging it up to a certain point where that Revenant was like handing my butt to me. So, sorry, I just now realized that my voice was coming through on the stream when I fired it up, so I had just muted it. So, try to see the comments better. I'm already on the easiest mode. Unless you got a much easier mode, which... What in the name of Pete?
Here goes.
Okay, so that is just a little...
Let's go.
See, that's as low as it'll get. Special ammos for different enemies and all. Yeah, that was stupid. Youngblood in general was stupid anyways. I didn't even bother with it much, even with all the updates and stuff they came through with it. I just gave up. I was like, this is dumb. The main thing was the quote-unquote protagonist that was in it too didn't help things at all. So there's that. Let's see. Very easy. Easy. Oh, well, that's something. Dadgummit. Oh, oops. Need for that to happen. Okay, down. Okay. Down was the, button that would...
Looks like a chest.
Zerum powder, yeah. I remember that from the other games. I think it's so funny how they've included a high speed mode in this, because I guess they know how large and long their games can be at times, especially when it comes to the story. So it helps move things along at a little bit of a briefer. What the heck? More of a brief pace.
Whoops, dead end. Let's turn back.
Hold your horses, girl. We should look around a little more.
Well, there's nothing else for us to really see, dude. We got everywhere else. Yep. Little hidden slot.
Huh? Guys, nothing if not thorough. This hideout should be dead ahead. Alrighty.
This looks like a stopping point.
That hits the spot.
I don't I don't understand why they don't have like a hard save there. You have to actually go into the menu to be able to do hard saves. Obviously, but good luck with that.
Can't get much more Middle Ages than this. Gargoyles, huh? Maybe Giacomo had a better eye for hideouts than I thought.
It's gonna be a fight.
Look at that.
I'll grab the thing and they'll come alive.
It's the spitting image of that picture you showed me.
Yeah, that's true.
It really is. It perfectly matches the sketches in my great-grandfather's diaries. I finally found it.
I'm happy for you. So it really does look like an ornament. But why is it glowing? Get back!
It went inside the statue.
That's
Yep.
not good.
Nope. Good grief, I got a bunch of souls inside of them. Gagurumi? Rum? Bro, what the hell?
You're gonna have to take care of these guys before we can make with your memento. I know that's not enough to stop you at this point, right? Time to bust out your crafts, SCLMs, the works. Because here's where the real show begins.
Right.
Wing girl instead of wingman, yeah. Aircraft vandalized raid. Nice. It just killed them both. That's great. Love it.
The mages of the Middle Ages left behind some damn tough guardians for us. It bugs me why they pick now of all times to start moving. Well, whatever. You really stepped up. Takes a brave soul to fight like that against the unexpected.
You mean it? Thank you. I'm very fortunate I had you to show me the ropes.
Let me be the one to pick it up.
That's a good idea.
Looks safe enough to me. Well, here's what you came here for. You just react with her like a combat orbment?
I finally hold a Genesis in my hands. There's still more to find, but... I did it, Mom. Grandmother.
Oh, that's already out? I need to watch that. I want to check it out.
Say, yes. This great-grandfather of yours wouldn't happen to be... There you are.
Well, well. Impressive footwork.
No.
Was waiting on the duo from Almada to make their grand entrance.
Almater. Tomater.
See, our reputation precedes us. You must be Van Arkwright. Spriggan.
Spriggan, that was a pretty good anime. It was just a movie, though. I don't think they ever came out with a show.
And my reputation precedes me. Look, I'm not opposed to picking up some work for you types most of the time. Just as long as you don't cross the line, which you just did by firing at us.
That's too bad. We were only aiming for your limbs.
We have no intention of killing the girl. Not since she seems to be connected to that device. You, however, don't have that same privilege.
Privilege. You don't have the the yellow man privilege. Oh, that's good.
You're real pros, huh? So much it makes me sick. But it also makes my job a lot easier. Don't move.
Practitioner was good at school.
Excuse me. 1 second, just 1 second. I need to take care of something for a couple moments, and then I'll be right back. It's only gonna take me a few moments. Alright. I'm back. Hang on a second here. Yeah, well, one thing, dude, you talking to that chick, after what had happened, don't be a simp about it. That's all I can tell you. You know how women can be.
Even if that weapon marks you as more of a military close combat type.
Good eye, but sorry, I'm not with the Gekka school. Anyway, you don't look like you know all that much about the device itself. But you're still gonna tell us everything you do know, and why you're after it.
Van, I'm certainly curious.
Ugh, excuse me.
What does the criminal organization even want this for?
Beats me. We're just following orders.
And an order's an order. Even if it costs us our lives.
What?
Shit.
You good?
I'm fine. I'm more worried about you.
One of my boobs just gave me a black eye.
Didn't think you guys had gone that low. Ever heard the stories about foreign mafias getting destroyed by that stuff?
I'll thank you not to compare us to small fry like Crossbells or Foch.
We stand head and shoulders above you. And now we're gonna stand head, shoulders, and feet above you.
And feet, too?
Where'd that spunk from earlier go? Please, enjoy this!
Got that out of your system?
You're done, Spriggan!
Don't you dare!
Hell? You can die too!
Could do a shard shield.
That's true.
Damn it! Don't die over a piece of shit like me.
I shall guard you with my bosom of virtue.
What's going on?
I just go and kill him.
There's a light coming from my great-grandfather's.
Oh boy, you sure are in a sorry mess.
What? How is this?
Well, she is in the ornament.
Sypha.
Well, Van, the choice is yours. Will you bear the nightmare or not?
What are you...
Since when can hollows appear like this? World's full of mysteries. Are you asking me that question of your own free will?
Huh? Of course I am. Just so we're clear, I could not care less how much trouble you're in. I'm just here to know one thing. Will you bear the nightmare or not?
Van...
Man, today's just one thing after another, huh? My life's been a living nightmare for more than a decade now. So what's a little more fire than guardian depths?
Yeah, that's true. I mean, we did deal with a little light in the loafers. Dude that was showed up last night. Oh, excuse me. Showed up last night at that cafe area.
Alright, let's do it!
Oh yeah, this is his transformation thing. I'm just gonna have to start slowing things down to get a look at everything like I want to. Oh yeah, yeah. This company puts out a lot of really good music in their games. NIS, like I told you, man, NIS is one of my favorite companies. It's almost like a smaller version of that huge mech that the other characters were in back in Trails of Cold Steel. Yeah, it's taking it now. I miss. Ah, yeah, the S boost. I like that. Oh, I can only do like 3 at a time. I thought I'd be able to do more than that. But I guess not. Those are 3 of them. Ah, yes, they explode with all the mirror falling out of them. I got destroyed. Own. When you talk about the thing of playing the JRPGs, I guess it was just the little cutesy wootsy mascot chick that popped out, right? That you couldn't stand.
Tired as all hell, but I don't feel any pain.
Some I can stand, and some of them I can't.
Can't believe I just took down a pair of drugged-up mafiosos like they were snot-nosed kids. What a monster.
It's really amazing to me how some of these, especially anime voice actors, are able to get their voices just to a certain point where a lot of them that you hear sound like they would really fit well in anime. Like if they were doing any other type of voice in any other type of animated program, then I would be like, dude, this is almost like you could think if you never heard the person's voice in an anime before, it's like, man, he'd be really good in anime. My friend Joey's actually does voice work too, and he's done various voice works. He actually gets opportunities to do it with like some movies and game companies and stuff like that, and commercials and whatnot. You know, he's over there in California, so he has a lot of that opportunity for that because that's where a lot of it is as well. Yeah.
What was that? You saw him there too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw the horse.
Yeah, just tell me what you want.
Figures. All she spits out is what she's programmed. She's got no sentience. The tech hasn't come far enough to give her any.
Yeah, so I was like, what was that earlier if she didn't?
Can't imagine it was a fluke. So that thing's called a Genesis?
Yes, or that's what my great-grandfather called it in his diaries. It's supposed to be one of 8, called collectively the Oct Genesis.
October Genesis.
You saying there's 8 of these? I'm gonna guess it was behind everything that happened here. Behind Mare showing up, behind me turning into that weird monster.
Yeah.
Behind spirits popping up down here too.
Then we're of the same mind. The diaries describe them as for experimental observation, and nothing more.
I'm trying to get back for me to finish Dragon Ball Super. I've been watching it little by little.
course, they elected to omit the finer details.
I mean, I don't watch all anime, obviously. I bebop around here. As a matter of fact, our buddy Savoy ended up asking me a question, I think it was maybe about a week or so ago, if there's any new anime that I had watched recently, and he ended up telling me about a couple that he checked out.
You know, when I accepted this job, I didn't think it'd be from a relative of the one and only Professor Epstein.
What? Say what?
Dead on, huh?
Oh yeah, I know what you're saying.
That thing was made half a century ago, around the time of the Orbital Revolution.
You know, a lot of people guess like that if something that's so really popular and everybody thinks that everybody watches it, or even if it's something, like you said, something that would be niche or obscure. I say, oh, you haven't ever seen this? No, I just told you that I did. You don't have to have a conniption fit about it.
It's easy to tell by looking at it just how much precision and skill went into making it.
It's almost like if somebody came up to me and, like, even I've even heard of some gamers and anime fans that like some really big franchises they haven't even bothered with that everybody knows about. Like there's some RPG YouTube channels that I'm subscribed to. Some of them haven't even played certain Final Fantasies, and they just get around to doing it. And it's like, yeah, okay, this has been around forever, and it's like a really popular one, but that doesn't mean everybody and their mother and uncle and grandfather has played it. Same goes with anime too. It's like I'll say, yeah, like I'm watching Dragon Ball Super, and it's like somebody who watches anime to be like, well, I've never seen a Dragon Ball episode before. I'll just be like, oh, really? Well, you need to check it out. But some people, you know, knowing it's been a series that's been around since probably the early 90s, late 80s. No, it's the 80s because Dragon Ball came out in the late 80s, I think, mid 80s, late something like that. You know, some people would flip their lid about it. It's like, dude, just chill. Let people watch what they're gonna watch, play what they're gonna play. I mean, there's some other stuff out there that's really popular that I don't care anything about, and that's just me.
Even Epstein's 3 disciples couldn't have made something so advanced back then.
I can't get over the name Epstein. He didn't kill himself. Anyways.
Knock them out of the running, and you're left with the father of modern tech, Claude Epstein.
I'm sorry for hiding it from you. I'll tell you everything there is to say. It all started...
Yeah, there you go. There you go, man.
Not now. Put it away, quick.
Are you all right? Oh.
Coming like a flash of lightning. Oh, look at backlogs here.
We were a few minutes too late.
Those two are... They're from Amada. We finally caught them.
Get lost! This is our territory!
Who do you think you're talking to? This isn't a job for civilians. Just what happened here? I can see that you fought them, but beyond that...
Yeah, and plus the females in the Japanese games are actually attractive and don't look like fat, ugly, box-faced trolls. Case in point of Western gaming.
We fought, yeah. Without pumped full of drugs they were, it was a miracle we could make it out with our skin intact.
As curious as I am about how you emerged victorious, can I trust you were able to help your client?
No comment. That's between me and her. Now, I know I owe both sides here a debt, but consider them paid. They might be at the bottom of the chain, but they're still in Armada. You can have one each.
Excuse me.
Who gave you the authority to...
I suppose we do owe him for neutralizing them.
Yeah, I'd say so. I took him out for you, so I should be able to dictate what the heck you do with him.
Very well. We shall take them in between us.
Maybe if you're lucky enough, they'll even talk. Now come on, let's get out of here.
Oh, sure. But let me help you walk.
I'm good. I'm good.
This is clearly only the beginning of something much greater. Sharpen your skills while you can, Ved.
Will do, Renee.
Kincaid.
He's like, don't call me by that name.
I can't let him keep living like this. Why must you insist on shouldering all of the burden yourself?
I'm not really sure everybody that gets inside of the party. She's probably definitely one of them.
Damn. Guess I'm going without dinner.
The miniature art book that came in this edition showcases him. I think she's one of them. She's got to be.
You even good to be out this late? I thought students had a curfew.
That's another thing that I like about NAS. They always try to add something a little extra, even in their standard editions. Like, usually the main thing that's always been in them, if you just get the standard edition, has been like a reversible sleeve for the case, a miniature art book. You obviously get the game, and like a digital soundtrack download code.
That's kind of you to think of me, but I received permission to be out this late beforehand.
What gets me is that their special editions. The funny thing is, like, their special editions sometimes aren't that much more than like the standard editions. Well, depending on what the edition is, because sometimes they'll have like two. You know, sometimes they'll just have like the regular edition and then like a special edition. Sometimes they'll have like one extra one. But they've also had where they've had it like the higher editions have like a physical soundtrack, but then again, sometimes those physical soundtracks don't even have the whole soundtrack on them. A lot of JRPG developers have done that, where some of them will have the full soundtrack and some of them won't. It doesn't make any sense to me. And even then, sometimes I've seen where they've also ended up including like the digital code in there to be able to download the soundtrack or whatever tracks are on the soundtrack that wouldn't be on like the physical version. It's just kind of weird.
Never mind my curfew. Won't you let me see to your arm? Do you have a first aid kit in the office?
I do, but
It looks like it started healing on its own.
I know it wasn't that bad in the first place. But it's still healing way too fast for it to be normal. Wonder if I got that orbment turning into a monster to thank for this.
Could be.
With those diaries. They were passed down from my great-grandfather to my grandmother, and then down to my mother, until her death 4 years ago. As you guessed, my great-grandfather is the famous Professor Epstein. It was known at the time that he had an adopted daughter, but she went missing very suddenly after he passed away. By the sound of it, something compelled her to shy away from the public eye. I don't know what that something was. It wasn't written in the letter she left me.
Hey, hang on just a second. I'll be right back. I gotta go get something. All right, I'm back. I kind of had to hop away, helping family out with some stuff, which actually, in a little while, I'm not really sure when I'll stop the stream and clean up and do some things around the house. And then after that, I'll get back on again. Not really sure when, but just a heads up, but I will be back. Anyways.
Then after my mother died, my father began to lose himself in his work. And now, all alone, I became more and more captivated by the many diaries that were left behind. They weren't filled with complex formulae or specialist knowledge or things like that. Instead, they were about who he was as a person, what he was like, what his philosophies were, what he valued most in life. He wrote about the little things that colored his days, his bonds.
She said colored. That's racist.
Time spent with his disciples. I could see through every word written that he was a kind, warm-hearted man with a good sense of humor. A man I could respect a great deal.
All right, man. I appreciate you coming in. I'll catch up with you later. Yeah, I was probably going to maybe get off maybe within the next 30 minutes or a little bit less than that, and then I'll be back again later on.
I was so happy to have his writings so I could peer into his world, just like my mother and grandmother before me. And before I knew it, those diaries became my most treasured possessions. However, at the end of his final entry, on the very last page, I found a shocking message. It said, recover the Octogenesis before the year 120X. Else all we know will come to an end.
Really ominous thing to write down.
It could have been a delusion that came to him in the winter of his years. But I began to feel that it was why his diaries had been passed down to me. And as the days wore on, my desire to do something to avert the end he foretold grew stronger and stronger. But I knew I couldn't go public with any of it. Not with my grandmother's disappearance. That led me to enroll at Armus Academy, where I met a very dependable upperclassman. Her advice took me to the Orbalnet, and that led me to you. I just never thought when I started all of this that these would be the consequences. That someone would die. That you would be put in so much danger.
Well, you managed to get one of them. Even if there's still 7 more out there, you could always call it quits here.
I can't. Not when they're what connect me to my family. Not when I now know they really exist. And not after seeing that final entry. I can't look away from all of that. Here. This 50,000 Mira is everything I was able to gather for this. Please, accept it as compensation for all the help you've given me.
I thought I told you my rate.
Well, you did, but I don't feel that it accounted for that injury you sustained because of me. I intend to find the remaining 7 on my own. I don't want anyone else to get hurt because of my problems. Oh, but I'll be very careful about it. Promise. Huh?
My rate's 1,000 Mira an hour, excluding other necessary expenses. I'll bump it up a little because of the danger involved, but you rolled up your sleeves more than your average client. You put yourself in danger to help me. Any more than 10,000 would be ripping you off. This is how the world of work is. Good thing you're still in school, so you got a lot to learn.
Maybe, but still... I'm sorry. I just feel you've taken on a lot more than you bargained for from start to finish.
To be honest, that whole turning into a monster thing's got my interest piqued. So it wouldn't feel right to ask you for even more Mira with how we're gonna keep this thing going.
What do you...
Unless you decide to give up altogether, I'll pitch in however I can from here on out. In exchange, you can share any info you got on the Genesis, or anything those diaries say. How's that sound?
Correct me if I'm wrong, but are you telling me that even though you know it might be dangerous, you're going to help me search for the other 7 without taking additional compensation?
Hey, info's good compensation. I ain't taking a single Mira, though. I'm gonna need you to get more used to real combat, too. For your own safety. Can't have you leaving yourself wide open and all that good stuff. and I'm gonna drill it into you until you're up to snuff.
I don't know. This doesn't sound like a fair trade at all. I'm the only one benefiting here. Well, if you insist, Van, then thank you very much. Having your support means a lot to me.
Yeah, well, I'll be counting on you too. All right, now that today's done and dusted, time for my hard-earned reward. I've been waiting for my Andalusia fig and honey tart all day. I was gonna scarf it down all by myself, but you pulled your weight today, so let's go half-half.
He does love his sweets.
Thank you. Oh, but I still want to say, it really does bother me just how much I benefit from this arrangement compared to you. I was thinking of a way to even it out and thought, you know, how about I work here part-time?
You want a what?
You seem to be so busy that I can't imagine how you find the time to clean up around here. I'm also good at secretarial work too, so I'm sure I'd be a big help with sorting paperwork and whatever else you need. Just a standard wage is fine, or even no wage. Unpaid is totally fine.
I can't do that. Haven't you ever heard of labor laws? And forget that. This whole idea is crazy. How did me hiring you even get into your head?
Well, it's because you won't accept any Mira from me. I understand you have your own way of doing things, but I have my own pride to satisfy, you know. You'll just have to compromise.
Flabbergasted sputtering. Oh man.
Now, let me just cut this tart into two so we can dig in and enjoy. Don't worry, I'll make sure you get the bigger portion. And where do you keep your coffee beans? Oh, there they are.
Wait, how did you find them so... Who said you could make yourself at home this fast?
And we got the intro. It's just tatas. Yeah. Trophy.
Gotta keep this up. That's pretty good, I guess.
Special items.
I'm Agnes Claudel. I still have a lot to learn, but I promise I'll do whatever I can to keep up.
Here will be the turning point. All units, assume the dual lancer formation. We won't be defeated. Charge! Forces of the sun!
Too easy. I've got you.
Oh, flames!
Well, look at that. Guess we lost this one. Huh.
Regimental Commander of the Eisen Shield, Garant Rieger. We are open to accepting your offer for a ceasefire. How does a 7-3 split sound?
Vice Chief of the Warriors of Kruger, Hassan Al-Fayyad. We will accept no less than 6-4. Fail to accept, and the fighting continues.
Very well. 6-4 to us it is. Glory to the Kruger! Glory to Arusha! Yeah!
That works, I guess. I figured more it was gonna end in a draw. Your counterattack was really good. Just lacking that bit of oomph at the end. If you'd seen my attempt to throw you off balance coming, you'd have had a slew of more strategic options to work with.
You're right. Thanks, Ida.
Think nothing of it. You've got a lot of potential. You just need more practice and to up your stamina. With enough of both, you'll be right on the heels of my other little sister from back in the day in no time.
Do you mean Sylphie? I'd still like to know more about her. Hey! That tickles!
Child soldier question mark?
I see this hair and I just get the urge to ruffle it. Well, next time we meet off the battlefield, I'll tell you about my old corps. Zephyr's got a whole lot of stories in it to tell.
Awesome! Better make that a promise.
Damn. I just wanted to see if there was anything interesting going on. But all I get is doom and gloom. Still, the info here's put together real nice and organized. Even if the design's got the admin's tastes all over it. Should have known. Haven't heard a thing about Armada in a while now. They must have pulled out of Edith for the time being. As for Genesis and the Grendel, still coming up empty. Are they being actively deleted? Is this all part of some big cover-up?
Yeah, just tell me what you want.
She's the same as usual, too. Should I call on Marduk? Nah, that'd probably just cause even more headaches for me. Well, it's almost time for my regular checkup, so I may as well put a pin in it. Why do I feel like I'm gonna get an earful this time? Wanna not bang my door in, Humes?
Whoa, you're up already? That's crazy! Good morning, man. You better be earning an honest living up here. No bringing shame to the goddess or your landlords.
Good grief.
No prizes for guessing who you learned all that from. How about taking after your mother instead? Wouldn't it be nice to become a charming, pretty lady just like her one day?
Just like Mom. Oh, Onyx is really pretty too.
Hopefully she's not a single mother.
Come on in. Don't be shy.
Well, if you say so. You said not to come in my uniform, so I wore this. How do I look?
It'll work, I guess. Kinda too dressy for casual walking around
Audacious
town,
tatas.
Then again, going the plain route with you would just make you stick out like a sore thumb. Still beats the uniform either way.
That's good.
You're bacon quiche with pumpkin soup today.
Yeah.
Oh, that sounds delicious. Lead the way.
Bacon
Well,
quiche I can
Those
get.
two sure hit it off quick.
Pumpkin soup I'm not too sure about, even though I like pumpkin spice. Ha! Any way to make money, it seems like, with him.
Getting ready for a hard day's work? Then that's all the more reason why you need to support her while she learns. Don't overdo it today, and make sure you're back in time for dinner. I mean that for you too, Agnes. We'll have a piping hot, delicious meal waiting for you. Wouldn't want it to get cold now, would you?
And speaking of, shall we?
We shall. Then let the workday begin.
Selge. Guess that must be Miles. I wonder if they'll say anything else. Yeah, yeah. Oh, fart. Okay.
Quit dawdling and buy something.
Melon soda candy. That sounds cool.
Switching to maintenance mode. Switching to maintenance mode.
Alright, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to go ahead and end up in the stream now for right now, but I would definitely be back again later with something. I really need to finish RoboCop. I need to get on to finishing Visions of Mana, whenever that's going to be. RoboCop will probably get done a lot faster, but I definitely will be back streaming this again. But got some adulting to do, and then after that I will be back again a little later. But I do appreciate everybody coming out, checking out the live version and the archive version. Excuse me, and like, comment, subscribe, share out the video, so on and so forth. Hit the bell for the notifications, and I will go ahead and I'll end this like I always do. Little later, taters.